Hey guys, we are live on Facebook for Behind the Band, episode 4, and this is a very special one. Why is it special, boys?
Well, it is special because we have a new member among us.
Oh, I love it. Sorry, the phone in the background threw me off.
There we go. So we have a new member we're going to introduce tonight. And the deal is this. We had a really fun drummer who has since gone on to have fun with other bands and other drummers and all that. And so we have an opportunity, a chair opening up in our band to take us to the next level, so to speak. So tonight you're going to learn who that is and how we do it. And
since this is official first day, we didn't want to throw him to the wolves, so we're all here with him. And literal drum roll because it's a drummer, and it is Hyda!
Hey, Internet, World Wide Web.
Shauna says hi, by the way.
Hey, Shauna.
Hear how his voice changed?
Yeah. Oh boy.
So yeah, I am very excited to be a part of the group. A lot of good things happening. I'm very excited just to see where we go with this. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited.
All right. So I'm going to reframe this really fast because I'm behind the camera and I'm going to get in the shot. We can probably get a little closer. Sorry guys, we're working with a tripod for the first time ever. We've kind of been learning as we go. Okay.
Does that get everybody?
Almost.
Does it get Riley?
It does get Riley.
Riley Jean.
There we go. Now everybody's in the shot. All right.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, here I am now. So, yeah. I think Emily's watching Question Duty, right?
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
I'm watching Question Duty.
We got our own tech team.
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
And I left my
Makes
coffee
killer
over.
coffee.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I left my coffee over there.
And looks great in a wedding dress.
So, for those of you that have been watching or new to watching, obviously this is just a Q&A to get to know each of us while we're on quarantine. I think next week, hopefully by what they're saying, it should be our last week before we can really go back to work.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
So, we might be doing like an hour preview show, like a preview jam kind of thing, instead of, since we've gone through all 4 of us now, you know?
Yeah.
But, so yeah, tell the world about you.
Whoa!
We know you, but they don't.
Yeah.
Where are you from anyways?
So, very good question. So, originally from Manhattan, Kansas, born and raised there. Moved to Springfield in '97 and been here ever since. So I love this area. It's become home basically. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Springfield and the next area are my home now. Just a wonderful place to be. Been just working and raising kids and playing as much as I possibly can. So it's been a whirlwind, to be honest with you. It's been great.
So have you been doing bands since you moved here?
Yeah, I really didn't start getting into bands probably maybe 06, 07.
Okay.
Yeah, so long story short, one of my former co-workers, we had a little discussion. We had actually ended up forming a group, and we started playing out. We started playing at Dennis's place, a couple spots around Springfield. And then that band, we ended up disbanding. And then from there, just kind of been playing with different groups throughout the years. Bands come together, then we disband, you know how it is.
Right, yeah.
So, just a lot of fun groups, played with some, country groups, played with some blues, some rock, and played with Mr. Robert over here, and so yeah, definitely formed a good friendship with Robert.
Yeah.
A lot of respect for this guy here. He's a solid bass player.
I was like, hey, you guys have history.
Yeah.
What are your guys' history for those that don't know?
Robert God, we know each other for
Well,
a
about
number of years.
so about a year and a half ago, actually, was our first opportunity to play together.
Right,
Because
exactly.
we had spoken,
Yeah.
at one of Hyda's gigs or one of my gigs, and I was auditioning for your band.
That's
Hotter
right.
Than August.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. So I showed up and we jammed. We had some fun, but the timing wasn't right.
Timing wasn't right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So then we ended up meeting up again. Formed a actually entered into a group called Skinny Bone Jones. Hit up Robert, and we all came together with our man Paul Washington. Shout out to Paul.
Love you, Paul. Miss you.
Yeah, love you, Paul. So we played quite a bit last year, and into I think it was pretty much just last year.
Yeah, we were gigging Fools last year.
Fools. It was amazing. Played Eureka Springs a lot, Springfield a little bit, Branson, Republic. So yeah, we played around quite a bit. So that was a lot of fun. So
Kyle's watching.
Who's that?
Kyle. David.
What's up,
Hi,
Kyle?
Kyle.
David
Woo!
Dale's
What's up?
So one of my favorite bands I got to play with, I was just a fill-in drummer, was the Rosie Hips. Played with them for about maybe 3-4 months. Fun group to play. Played with them in Tulsa quite a bit. Played in Branson maybe. Played in Springfield. So played with them for several months, and they were a fantastic group to play with. They were just amazing. So that was a fun group to play with. So but yeah, a lot of musicians really try to get out. I'd say over the past couple of years, my main goal was to really get out and network and just talk with other musicians.
Totally.
Yeah, get to know other musicians and go out and support other musicians. So I'm really big on that. It's easy to do a gig and play, but the hard thing is to actually get out and support. You guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, so definitely try to get out and support other musicians and just build that camaraderie amongst each other, and really big into that. So yeah,
Very cool.
yeah,
So
cool.
anything else you want the public to know?
Geez, let's see.
Oh, you can ask questions, guys.
Yeah, feel free to ask questions.
Don't be
I want
shy.
to ask a
Well,
question.
I see on his phone a little bit more, because
All right,
probably
so
just show who's watching on my friends.
On my-
on
I was
my
like,
phone.
I will definitely jump behind the camera while you guys ask questions. I'll
Alright,
be
yep.
cameraman for a second.
So
Because I don't know if I'm missing questions or not.
Hyda and I, when we played with Paul lives about 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
And so we would carpool to rehearsals, and we talked about everything.
Yeah.
We talked about, we were just like, yep. Some late nights coming back from there. But anyways, one of the fun things about Hyda is he is a rabid record collector.
Yes, I'm an avid record collector.
I said rabbit.
You said
rabbit work too.
Okay,
Either,
but yeah,
right? Either.
I'm a huge record collector. I love.
So I wanted to ask, what are
Yes.
some of your favorite records? What's your gem? The one that you have where you're like, my precious.
Okay, so there's this one record that I have. Actually, it was released, I think, in 2015, maybe 2014. This one trumpet player, he plays for Jose James. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jose James. He's a jazz artist. Well, the record, if you look online, the record is going for about maybe $230, $300, and it's no longer in print. Well, I was in Oklahoma a while back, and it was at a record store. Ended up finding it for $25 sealed, and it was one of those moments where my heart literally jumped. I'm like,
You look twice.
yeah, I'm like, oh my god, it's here, in front of me, So yeah, I would say that's a pretty prized record. I'm a big neo soul guy. I love neo soul music. So this other record by this group called The Foreign Exchange. There's an album called Connected, came out in 2004, and it was out of print for years. And third-party guys were trying to sell it for just insane amount of money. So it actually got re-released. I'd probably say just last year, repressing. So I snagged it up as quick as I could, just in the event they sell out again. So that's, for me, that's a kind of a prize album. Yeah. So
Nice, very good.
yeah. So yeah, I love talking records.
So what would you say to the person who says, yeah, but I got all that on Spotify? I mean,
Great question.
Do you actually make time like at your house like Sunday afternoon and you're just like unplug and get your headphones on? Do you like headphones? For your
I don't have the headphones, but for me, typically what I'll do is I'll put on the record, sit on the couch, lean back.
Nice.
You know, I end up playing a game. Might play a game on my phone.
Right, or maybe you get the album cover, right?
Read some liner notes.
That's a lost art.
It is. I love reading liner notes. I love looking at the musicians and who all played on it.
And the large pictures on there, and sometimes I
love that stuff. I love it.
I have a, you can't see it, it's off camera, but I have a collection of jazz records from the 50s and 60s. And every single one of those has at least 2 or 3 paragraphs to 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah, and I want to flip through those.
Oh yeah, I got more in here, buddy. So
do you really? Oh,
yeah.
When we have time.
I was like, I have a bunch at home too. I'll have to show you.
Do you really?
Yeah,
oh, man,
because I collect too.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I do need to bring you that Thompson Twins record.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thompson Twins, nice.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah.
But there's definitely something organic about vinyl, though.
There
I
is.
once dated someone who was trying to make the case that CDs are better than records because of the clarity. And
Yeah.
let me just say that she lost like valuable stuff. Credibility of that argument, because when you hear a record breathe like it does. But anyways, it's not my show.
No, you're good. Well, no, don't get me wrong, because I CD collection is huge. I actually collected CDs for a lot of years throughout the 90s and into the early 2000s. And then actually what really got me into getting back into vinyl was Instagram, and I was watching all these Instagram. I was following a lot of people on Instagram, and they were just posting the record collections. I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome! And it just really I got the bug in me to really just start diving into it, because there's a lot of stuff I didn't even realize was even on record. So thank God for the internet. I do a lot of shopping.
Now, I think I asked you this in the car when we were carpooling about this time last year. Remember driving back in the spring storm?
Oh, yeah. A lot of good times in the spring storm.
Our family calling us to say, are you okay? You should pull over. We see what's on the radar.
Yeah, it's coming to you.
But anyways, what was your first record?
First record. That's a very good question. So I would probably count this as my first record. Was, if you grew up in the 80s, Thriller, vinyl, that was like, big. I'm still a big MJ fan to this day.
How old were you when you got your hands on it?
I was probably maybe 7, 8.
Nice.
My mom went out and got it for me, so so that was probably my first record. My first record that I remember going out and purchasing myself was another Michael Jackson record. It was a single, 12-inch single, Another Part of Me. That was like my first one that actually went out and purchased.
Another Part of Me?
Another Part of Me. It was,
nice.
And actually I still have it.
Probably had all the A-Team studio guys on it.
Oh my God.
If
you listen to the bass and the drum mix on that, it's phenomenal. Yeah.
Was it, think Larry Graham or
I don't know.
was he the one who did it? I
don't know. I can't remember. I have to look at the notes. But yeah, he had big time hitters on there. I know. What was the guy's name on drums? It's not coming to me. But yeah, Quincy had the A team and B team going, man.
Well, I don't want to leave Jeramie out. What was your first record, Jeramie? This is our guitar player, by the way.
Actually, I guess probably about the same age, and it was my cousin actually gave me a collection, and it had some really good stuff. I mean,
you got a whole collection?
Yeah.
Nice.
And that had, I had Dark Side of the Moon, I had the Wish You Were Here album, I had Van Halen 1, I had 2112, I had, because it was a whole really good collection.
Those guys look like gods on the cover of Van Halen 1, like Lee Roth with his chest out, pants, and you're just like, man, these guys,
That's totally what we're doing for our promo photos. Yep. So happy.
I was a late bloomer. I was a late bloomer into the rock music, because I really didn't get into rock until I was probably in my teens. And about a lot of my friends listened to rock music, and I was more into the hip hop R&B side. But actually, what really got to me was Oasis's "What's the Story" Morning Glory album, and I was like, I flipped out. I'm like, oh my god, this is fantastic! And for me, it was I love melody and listening to the melodies that it had on there. And it blew me away. I love Oasis. I get a lot of crap for still liking them, and I'm still waiting for a reunion. One day.
Champagne soup.
Shauna said, I knew it, Michael Jackson.
Yeah. You know me.
And I was like, somehow the comments disappeared on Robert's phone up there.
We have comments.
But we did have my friend Pamela watching. We had Adam Bass, which I think you know as well, from Springfield After Hours.
Okay, I don't know if I know him.
But he's watching, and then Brian O'Neill is watching as
What's
well.
up, guys? Thanks for watching. Cool.
So, yeah. So
Cool.
we're keeping an eye on it.
Cool. But yeah, let's see, what else? I got playing drums when I was in elementary school, and went from there. Also played drums in church, and played through high school, a little bit of college. So that was really my starting point, was elementary school. Been playing, been a Pearl drum guy for maybe 25 years now. So I love Pearl drums. If you want to talk brands, I love talking Pearl drums. If you want to talk hardware, let's talk about it. So I love.
So are you one of the guys who puts on some headphones and goes online and listens to a different cymbal?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. You click
Yeah.
on it and it has a different timbre.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love that stuff. Yeah, I listen to different tom heads, and yeah, plug it in and listen to all that stuff.
What are you running for cymbals?
So what?
Cymbals, what are you using?
Oh, I use Zildjian. Been a big Zildjian guy for years. Love Zildjian.
Special
I've
New
played.
beats or what do you?
Oh,
Actually, yeah, you know what? So I'll tell you. So I'm really like, so the hi hats that I have in there are the hi hats I used when I was in middle school. So I still have those. Those are top newbie. Cymbals. The ride cymbals, a medium ride. That's still that I've had that since I was in junior high. So
With those, I love the A
The
customs.
same cymbal?
the same exact cymbal.
I love the A customs.
Oh,
When
A
you
custom.
start
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
what. Yeah, I have a 16-inch fast crash.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's my baby. So yeah, man, I love talking cymbals and drum hardware and all that.
So
kind
I'm
of stuff.
going to ask you what might seem to be a rather cliche question.
Okay.
Bear with me because there's an end to
No, go for it, go for
there's
it,
an end
go
to
for
it. So do you rap?
Wow.
No, you got to bear with me though.
Okay,
Bear with
okay.
me.
No, I
I'm
do
going
not.
somewhere with this.
I do not rap.
Okay, the reason I ask is because Jeramie loves to play drums, okay? He loves to play drums.
That's true.
And
That's a
so we asked Hyda if he played an instrument because one of the things we like to do is the old switcheroo, right?
Yeah,
Where,
yeah.
You know, where before you know it. And so I'm trying to be like, okay, well, how can we get Hyda behind the drums and we'll get Jeramie on the drums? And so the next question would be, do you sing? Do you sing lead on anything?
No, I do not sing.
Okay,
I might try to harmonize a little bit.
So mark this moment in time when you see us do something cool in 3 to 6 to 12 months that involves this formula I've just
Okay.
mentioned.
Yeah.
This was our starting
This is our
point.
starting point. Yeah.
So yep.
Yeah. I will tell you if there's an instrument that I could play, it would be piano. I love keys.
Very cool.
Yeah, I love specifically. I love Fender Rhodes. I love.
Oh, yes.
So,
I'm a-
Adam,
Yes.
Adam asked Hyda, why did you want to drum with Jar 241?
Ooh, very
Why
good
did you
question.
want to drum with us?
Why don't I jump? Well, kind of. Well, you know what? It's funny. So I've been. I was telling them, kind of secretly stalking them on Facebook. You know, kind of watching the videos, and for a while now, I was kind of like, man, it'd be kind of, you know, if the opportunity ever arose to, you know, it'd be a fun chance to play with you guys. And it just so happened, you know, opportunity came. Robert reached out to me, and I really didn't have a question. I was like, yes, I would like to. Yes, you know, I would love to, you know, for the opportunity to play with you guys and audition, you know, whatever, you know, if you guys give me the chance, I'd love to do it. So yeah, I was kind of like, I love the music you guys play. So, and just a chance to really, I love energy, and you guys bring the energy. Lena, you bring the energy. That's why I was like, man.
Turbo there.
Yeah, so.
That's her name in the yearbook.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Get that on a
And
jacket.
wait till we're actually at a gig
Yeah.
and you're there experiencing it firsthand.
Yeah. That's
Feeling
what
all that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was my thing. So I did the thing, like we had spoke a little bit, we had played, the vibe seemed pretty good, but before I say yes and commit, I want to make sure that it's going to work out, you know, like a nice long-term fit.
Right.
And so my wife and I went to see them at Dennis's place.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's Day this year. And it was so much fun. I mean, I got to admit, you talked about going to see other bands. I'm the guy that's like 45 minutes, an hour, even like Victor Wooten or Dave Matthews or
Yeah.
Motley Crue or the Scorpions, I've done about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good times, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I stayed
Yeah.
almost the whole
That's
night.
awesome.
And that was my wife and I were just like, they're fun.
That's
I don't care
cool.
who you are.
Yeah,
So.
that's I'm all about having fun. That's and feeling. And I don't know if you guys felt it, but last night when we rehearsed, I was like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
this feels really good.
Yeah, it did. It felt really cool.
So yeah, it felt awesome. It just felt for me. It just felt natural, and so
Jay
yeah.
Stevens is watching.
Jay, what's up?
What's up?
I miss you, man. God. So if things go as they say with the lockdown being lifted,
Yeah.
then your first official live show, your debut, will be our 1 year anniversary show. So how do you feel about that? What are you looking forward to?
Actually, I'm really excited about that because for me, I thrive under pressure a little bit. I enjoy it.
Mhm.
It kind of gets me fired up.
Right.
So like one band I played with, Magnetic South, several years ago, we had because I just came in, we had maybe 2-3 rehearsals, and they had a Nashville gig. And next thing I know, we were off to Nashville. We were playing Tootsie's Bar. Yeah, so
Damn.
yeah, I came in real quick and just gave me the rundown, and we're off to Nashville, and it was like, yeah, let's do it.
Very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited, for the anniversary show, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. So it'll be fun.
Jay Stevens says X's and O's and misses you more.
Aww, mwah.
Cool. So,
And also, so obviously you're new.
Yeah.
We've talked about our original song that we're working on,
Yeah.
which you added the drums in last night.
yeah.
So that's coming along really nicely.
Rather
but
nicely, yeah.
but also lights. We have new lights, which is kind of your department. So you want to give them a little tease about that?
Just working on, so we've got a couple different things coming. One is going to be just some wash lights, just some general color so that we're actually lit when we're on stage and people can see us there. So that'll be useful.
I still want a fire cannon.
Again, gonna be we'll see. Gonna be a lot less chaos than it was. It's gonna be a lot more controlled, a lot more.
Less chance of an epileptic seizure.
Yes. unless I really want to give somebody one. And then,
that's how
He
it
just
goes.
gets pissed off at a show and turns the light
We can
around in
still
someone's
do it.
face.
Yeah. If you're on your way out, you'll know because you're
Yeah.
getting the seizure.
Yeah.
But then we also have, we're gonna have some really cool stuff behind us now with changing the name. We are gonna have to figure out how to pick up another banner because the old one won't work. So we'll have to get that figured out.
We still don't have the band name figured out.
But
Yeah.
We're working on
Then we'll have
so
some-
stay tuned. That's a teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have some interesting effects behind us as well. And again, I'm being very mindful to try to not be overwhelming, not be too distracting, but still also be very exciting. So trying to walk that line,
Yeah.
which is kind of a tough line to walk. Initially, I was maybe going to have some lasers coming out because there's some starburst stuff they do that just look really, really great when you're staring at them, but that's probably too much.
I think it is a great asset when the person thinking about the lights and buying the lights and putting it all together is also a huge Pink Floyd fan. So,
That's
There is
true.
that.
Yep.
There,
And one of these days we'll have some fat beams that are going to look a lot like Floyd out of the
Nice.
80s and 90s.
That's awesome.
One of these days.
That's cool.
I've already
Jay
found
Stevens
them.
asking, what is a rehearsal?
Who?
Jay Stevens asked, what is a rehearsal?
Hey, well, we don't all walk on water. So.
We're not all Jesus, Jay. God. Oh goodness. So I forgot how to comment, and then that threw me off. What was it? Damn. Oh, yeah. Music style wise, that's also something I think that we should talk about. Is that we are we went through, what was it, last week, I think, and took out stuff that we just didn't really enjoy, or we were tired of, or just that we didn't feel was representing,
The Purge.
where we wanted to go. And so I think especially now, because all of us are incredibly skilled in what we do, I think that that's going to really benefit our song choices,
Yeah.
and we're going to have a lot more options now. Yeah.
So David bought lighter back, is that correct?
I don't know.
Hey,
Can't
David.
wait to see you all at Dennis's.
Woohoo!
David.
And then Clara Plaz is watching.
Well,
So,
hello, Clara. How are you? Goodness gracious. Yeah. What kind of songs do you want it to? Because obviously we're not changing our tone completely.
Right.
But we are changing. We're gonna. What's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah. I'm to be honest with
tighten
you. Yeah, just tight. I'm really open to anything. To be honest with you, I love the rock songs we were playing yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just I guess for me, I guess it might just be, you know, we'll see how things like maybe a natural progression as to, you know, what comes next, you know. But yeah, I'm open to anything, you know. I know Robert and I, we've, you know, played around with some funk stuff. I don't know if you guys are even on board to do that, but if you guys want to throw some in, you know, I'm always on board. But
I'm good with it.
yeah, I'm good for.
Well, playing with Paul, we played everything from
played
country to Pantera.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
man, we sure did.
Easily
5
some chili
minutes.
pepper stuff could work. That
I'm
gets
totally
into the
down
funk
for chili
range.
pepper.
I mean, some of
I
that
can
could
get all my
definitely
Guitar
work.
Center riffs out, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Even last
You
night
kill
we
on
mixed.
those bass lines,
Thank
man.
you.
On the chili peppers, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm down for some Red Hot Chili Peppers. So that'll be fun.
And another one that we need to add to the maybe list that we've talked about a million times but kept forgetting would be Twilight Zone.
Yes, thank you. I want to do Twilight Zone
We
so
need to get that on the
bad.
maybe list.
So bad.
Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that song. And I'm excited to add Old Motley Crue. So excited.
Yeah, old Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Cool.
the good stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited. Really, really excited. So,
Well,
good
good.
stuff.
Good.
What's some fun facts about you that you want the internet to know?
Fun facts
You're
about
not a Cubs fan, are you?
No, not a Cubs fan. I'm a Cardinals fan.
He's
Lose
sitting
Cardinals.
here in his Cardinals head. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
get out!
Yeah, no Cubbies over here. Sorry, guys, no Cubbies.
Hi, Sean.
Fun facts. Very good question. I would say going back to the record thing, that was kind of a fun fact. Avid record collector.
I'm not playing on my phone. I'm just trying to check the video.
No, you're good, you're
I'm
good.
listening, I promise.
Ooh, I know a fun fact about you.
What's that?
His sister is a kick-ass singer.
Oh yeah.
She came out to a show and just slayed.
Yo, man.
Yep.
Shout out to my sister Megan. Love you. Yeah, Megan is.
So will
she's a
she
trip.
will she come in and guest with us a little bit? If she wants?
Well, she lives in Georgia, so if she's in town.
Details.
Yeah, I know, right? Details.
I heard-
Excuses.
Hey, I heard Georgia's opening up, so road trip.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's go to Georgia.
Yeah. So yeah.
If your sister can get us a gig down there,
Yeah, you know what?
we'll go.
Yeah, I'm totally on board. Yeah,
Yeah,
down
she had
for-
chops. She was very cool.
Yeah, Megan's so much fun. She is a good time.
Adam Bass is asking, what bands have you played in?
Very good question. So, so let's see. Starting out, played with a group called Broken Ridge. That was me and my former coworker. We started a group there. So Broken Ridge, Treva and the Troublemakers.
Treva.
Treva, shout out to you
Treva,
guys.
what's up, Treva?
Let's see, Magnetic South. God, what else? Rosie Hips. Shout out to you, Rosie Hips. Love you guys. Let's see, Skinny Bo Jones.
Of course, that.
Had a chance to.
And whatever this band is called.
Whatever this is
Yeah.
called.
Had the chance to play with Pearl. Shout out to the Pearl guys. Love you guys. I'm trying to think what else. There's been.
It'll come to you on your way home.
It'll come up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like, ah, snap.
Yeah.
So Jay asks, "Where's the button to tip for shirts off, you guys?" I don't know what that means, darling.
I think he's saying he's going to pay to take shirts off.
I mean,
Yeah. So kind of go back to the fun facts. And with Meg and I come from a family of musicians. My mom taught orchestra, so she still plays cello and still plays piano. So grew up in the church. So she heavy on the gospel side. Dad sings gospel. So yeah, Megan sings. So yeah, kind of grew up from a music.
yeah, very musical family.
Very musical family, yeah. Yeah, I asked my mom several years ago if she could teach me to play keys, and she started to. Then she started throwing music theory at me, and I'm like, yeah, You lost me. I'm like,
Wait till we road trip to a gig with this guy.
Does he break down music
Oh, yeah.
to you? Oh, yeah.
See, I love. See, looking back, I wish I had taken the time to learn the theory. Because,
Sure. What's funny though is how many people are just amazing. Some stars I'm talking about who have like little to no theory,
Yeah,
and of course there's the other thing that's amazing is how people absolutely suck and should learn some theory. But but there's guys like I heard I forget who it was the other day. Famous guitar player talking about like, well, I'm not sure if Jeff Beck would know where the F sharp is on the G string. He might, but and that just was like, Jeff Beck, really?
Right.
And I know Dave Grohl. He's just like, all I know is it's this one, then it goes here, then it goes there. It's about the feeling, the heart.
Yeah, all about that.
Joby Heiser's watching.
Well, hello, Joe.
Well, hey.
I'm surprised that Katie hasn't tuned in yet. Yeah, she likes to know all the secrets.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I got 3 wonderful kids. Oldest 17, 14, and 9. So we got 3 kiddos, keep me running. So
Do they play any instruments?
My oldest, Noah, he played euphonium for a couple of years. Then he quit. And then my 14-year-old, she played flute for about 2 years, and she quit. So we'll see if the youngest, we'll see if she takes to any instruments here in a couple of years. Not pressuring them. If she takes to anything, fantastic. But if she doesn't, so Noah, he's a car guy. He loves his cars. So he is very much into cars. And then Adriana, she is a reader, loves to read and write. And then my youngest, she
looks like a smart kid.
Yeah, very smart. Yeah, very smart, very, very smart. And then my youngest, she's just crazy. So she keeps me on my toes.
Gary Pace is watching.
Hi, Gary.
What's up, Gary?
Hey, feel free to hit us up, hit Hyda up with any questions.
Yeah, feel free
any
to
of us, but it's Hyda's night, so
It is
So,
Hyda's
yeah.
night.
So follow me.
Hanging with Hyda.
Hang with Hyda.
Yeah, I talked about.
I love that.
We talked about maybe on Mondays, like doing like here's Hyda, like a 15-minute like live show, just you.
Just me. I don't know if they want to see that, but no.
Just like you randomly, just like driving to work.
Yeah. Hanging with Hyda. So feel free to follow me on Instagram if you're really bored. No, feel free to follow me on Instagram. All I really do on Instagram is post my vinyl collection, some CDs now and then. But yeah, mainly I'm among a group of serious vinyl heads. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, Hyda-James at _78.
And that link is also in the description of this video to get you there quickly, as is the link for the band Instagram. And obviously, if you're watching this, you're on our Facebook, but that's there too, so share it.
Yeah. So just a bunch of vinyl collectors on Instagram. We just love to post vinyl and talk about vinyl and talk about music. And
So what about you doing lessons you doing virtual lessons online?
So with the pandemic going on, had a mom reach out to me and asked me if I could teach her son some lessons. Actually, I taught him several years ago, and coming back into it, she reached out to me and asked me if I could teach her son during this time. I said, sure, why not? So we've done a couple of lessons, and it's been a real fun learning experience. And I have a drum book I have at home, kind of follow the rudiments, and try to go along that line. So, but also kind of keep it fun, and try to do some different rhythms here and there. So so far it's been a fun deal. He's enjoying it, which is fantastic. So always make sure to follow up.
So if anyone has any kids who need lessons,
yes, if you have any kids, let me know.
And is that on your Facebook, or how can people find that?
It's on my Facebook. Hit me up, Hyda-James Hill. Feel free to PM me. I'll be more than happy to get back with you. And I enjoy, it's typically about a half hour, 45-minute lesson. And keep it fun, and if the kids are enjoying it, we'll keep it going. So it's fun, having a good time.
Gary Pace says, "Hello everyone, good to see your happy, smiling faces."
Hey, what's up?
So Gary's one of the #1 fans. This band has some pretty
loyal people. Yeah,
I love it.
People you'll see it every show.
It's
super nice too.
Very
Yeah.
awesome.
So
All right, we'll look forward to seeing you. So
Gary usually see it just about every show.
Oh, Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Gary's very loyal. We love it.
Awesome.
He may not go down to Mountain Home again because he lives in Lebanon, and that was quite a drive.
I was gonna say it's probably that's.
He said it was a lot of fun though. I was
He
talking
did,
to him about
but-
it one day, and he said he had a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
long
Yeah.
drive. Yeah.
It's just an awesome place.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
it
really
is.
looking forward to being back there.
Cool. And I love traveling. I love getting on the road. I love road trips. That's fun fact, I guess. That's love road trips. I love getting out and driving, and that's one thing me and my girls like to do. We'll get out and can we go on a ride? I was like, let's go. So we'll get out on drives and we'll just hit the backcountry roads around here and we'll just drive.
There you
So
go.
yeah, it's fun. A lot of
Jay
fun.
Stevens says, I'm Helena's #1 groupie.
All right.
Yes!
There we go. Groupies.
I love it.
I love it.
You know what groupies have to do, right? Okay, so road trip. What's your road trip in music?
What's my road trip in music? Actually, my road trip music is very chill. So going back to the neo soul hip hop thing, I'm really pretty much into. There's a chill hop is kind of the newer thing. Actually, my son listens to
Played
it
some
too.
of that for me when we were
Yeah,
driving.
yeah. So me and my son listen to a lot of chill hop music. So for me, it's more of getting on the road, kind of kicking back, and just kind of, it's my zen. So yeah. So whenever I'm road tripping, I'll just put on some chill hop music and just kind of just vibe out to it, and just hit the road. And for me, if I have an open road, some blue sky, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Here's a question for you. Do you know Morcheeba?
Morcheeba sounds familiar.
Out of
but
the 90s, British trip hop,
My wife.
chill hop.
no, I don't off the top of my head. Morcheeba. I'll have to do some.
I got
digging.
to see them live. Well, I think it was on their first album, but I mean, it was just such an amazing show. And I mean, she's up there just with a glass of red wine.
Oh,
totally
nice.
chill on stage.
Nice. I love
Oh.
that.
And the music's fantastic. I mean, again, there's a lot of jazz influence. There's a lot
Nice.
of soul influence. There's,
Nice.
I mean, it's amazing.
I feel like we could travel in some of those circles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
I will tell you, I had a fanboy
Accommodate
moment.
the music.
Had a fanboy moment several years ago. So I was in Lawrence with my sisters, and I saw two of my favorite groups play there. And walking down the sidewalk, and this one group that I follow heavily, Moonchild, and the lead singer just happens to walk by, and I'm like, oh my God, I start stuttering. I'm like, I couldn't get my words out.
Oh,
and
goodness.
yeah, I just went into complete fanboy mode. And
What's her name?
Amber Navrin.
Okay.
Amber Navrin. So fantastic. She's been, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Erykah Badu, but she's been compared to her vocally, but she's just phenomenal. And she's they're one of the groups I've really taken to, and I got to see them live, and it was just a moment where I was like, oh my gosh, she's literally walking right by me.
Nice.
I went into fanboy mode. So
Sounds
it
like
was,
we need a listening party.
yeah.
We
So,
have our friend Tuck from Bodo watching.
Sup,
How
Tuck?
are you? I think, hopefully, we're still going to do a show together in the future, so that'll be fun.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, that should be really fun.
Cool. What band?
Boda?
Boda? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Nice.
super fun. We had them on Springfield After Hours, and they're just super cool, just open guys, and
Nice.
just crazy. Oh man!
Cool.
And
Love it.
once you meet them, I don't know if you've met any of them
No.
but once you do, just walk up to Tuck and be like, all right, I need you to tell me the Tuck likes to fuck story. That has to be the first thing.
Okay. We'll do
It's
it.
a real story, I swear.
I love it. I love it.
Thought that was the album title. Hey, so speaking of collectibles, what's up with that shirt you have on?
Oh,
What
a
is
little
that shirt?
shout out to
I like that one.
Hoover Music Company. It was one of my favorite spots to go before they unfortunately had to close down. So loved Hoover Music.
Did you ever go in there and just play drums till they?
Well, no,
asked
not
you,
really. No,
Sir, can we help you find anything?
right. I try to be very, very, very aware of my strength, especially with Guitar Center.
You see Rico posted?
Oh my God!
If you suck and you go into Guitar Center, Rico might just film you and make you famous.
Yes. So I try to be very aware of that and not tap around on the drums and So yeah, if I was in his spot, I would probably do the same thing.
I would not listen to music on the way home. I'd be like,
yeah, just yeah.
Gary
So-
Pace said, "I missed the beginning of the show. What's your new drummer's name?"
Oh, my name is Hyda. You can call me Hyda or HJ or whatever, just whatever. So yeah, very excited to be with the group. So yeah, just I'm on cloud 9 right now. So it's gonna be a fun time.
I
So
agree.
yes, yeah, because actually we talked a while back when we worked together. We had talked about kind of getting something together.
Yeah, I
And
forgot about that.
yeah, we
Yeah.
did. And it just
Manifest this one.
Yeah.
and it never, just didn't happen. And and when I actually started Facebook stalking you through the band, I was like, oh my God, she is awesome.
Because you meet people at work or wherever, right? And
Yeah,
they're a musician.
absolutely.
So whenever I meet a drummer, nothing personal, the first thing I ask is, do you have a kid?
Yeah.
Because that tells me a lot, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But the other thing is, you meet people who say they're musicians, and some are and some aren't.
Right.
So you just quite never know.
Yes.
Right,
So,
that's
yeah, it's
very
always
true.
a treat when you find someone who's
Yeah,
really got
and
skills.
especially working in the call center environment, like I do, you got 500-600 employees there, and a lot of people with, God, you see people at work, you don't realize all their hidden talents, and it's just a matter of just, basically, being bold enough to walk up to someone, hey, are you a singer? Because when I was looking for somebody to, form my group, it was a matter of walking around,
Dude, I was talking about that myself.
Yeah.
Knocking on someone's door in the rain.
Yeah, you did,
And
exactly.
the guy cracked the door and he's like, what the fuck do you do?
Right, yeah. So yeah, it's just a matter of, hey, do you play guitar? Do you sing? What do you
Right.
do? You do anything like that? So
Yeah.
Seventh grade, I did that at a lunch table.
Did you? Yeah.
When you were
Walked
all
up to
still
a couple
scary and
kids like,
shit.
Hey,
yeah.
Well,
I think you play guitar, don't you?
Hyda sent me a really cool message right after I joined Jar 241. So him and I basically went from gigging 3 to 5 times a month
Yeah.
all the time and
Yeah.
practicing and talking about projects to it just kind of shut down around Christmas,
Around
because
Christmas time, yeah.
the guy we were playing with, he went on tour with another band.
Yeah.
And so, things just kind of switched gears, different
Yeah.
seasons. And
Yeah.
there's that, for the first weekend or so, it's cool. Second weekend, you're a little antsy. And then, the third weekend,
Ooh.
my wife starts saying stuff like, you need to find a band.
Yeah.
You can get out there. But he sent me a really cool message that said, hey, I see you're with Jar 241, man. Congratulations. And then he said, don't take it for granted. Which tells a little bit about where our hearts are and how important it is for us to be plugged in. So.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because for me, man, I love playing, and to be honest with you guys, last night was really the first time I actually have gotten back on the kit. I have a little practice set at the house, just kind of tinker around on that a little bit, but actually getting back on the kit, it's been the first time in a while, and it felt like I felt re-energized. So it was
Same.
it felt amazing.
Yeah, you answered a lot of questions for us.
I
Right? Just because you have some good members, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to attract, someone equal or better than you.
Right,
It's
exactly.
always the goal.
Yeah. And that's kind of my mindset coming into it. I'm like, I want to make sure you guys were comfortable, with me coming in. I didn't want to just, assume that, I'm the new guy. Make sure you guys are, comfortable with what I do, what I can, making sure, what I bring to the table is what you guys are, happy with, and so.
Yeah, you got to hear Hyda play rock. So I've played a lot of different music with Hyda, but not too much just straight up 80s rock.
Right, yeah.
My man killed it.
Yeah, man,
So,
it was
and he was
fun.
making a face. I said it last night, like someone owed him money.
Yeah.
He was just
Where's
about to
my
collect.
money?
I was like, dang, there's Hyda. Okay.
Right, because
Yeah.
what we did, 4 back to back.
Yeah,
We did
yeah.
AC/DC, Motley
Yeah.
Crue, Quiet Riot, and we did another one, right?
Oh,
Something
Skid
else,
Row.
yeah.
And Skid Row, back to back to back to back to back, and he's just like.
Yeah.
I was like, next thing we know, he's gonna go down, come back, and there's just blood on his face.
Yeah. There's a picture of me with one of my old bands. I'm totally face is like that. Yeah. Totally.
So you throw your sticks?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do that. Every so often, I'm trying to trying to keep it. Don't want to do. Don't want to overkill it. But yeah,
Not that that's the measurement of.
Right,
skill,
yeah,
but
yeah,
just
but yeah, just trying to
seemed
make
like
it
a
fun.
fitting question.
Yeah.
Here's one. Have you ever watched the video of the guy that's doing, it's like 3 guys with gold jackets.
Yeah, I
on.
knew
The Mad Drummer.
you know it.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Mad Drummer. You watched
The
that
Mad
shit.
Drummer,
That
yeah,
guy
he
is-
should.
Oh my
I
god.
He
was
was
one of
going
the ones like
everywhere.
this, like he's doing like this hairbrush.
Yes.
Everywhere.
First time I saw that video, I just died. I'm like, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Yeah, Mad Drummer, so awesome. So awesome.
Oh, and have you seen the lady that kills Down with the Sickness?
No.
Oh
No.
man.
Is she like an older lady?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, she's probably. I'd say she's somewhere in her 60s or something. I mean, she, just normal looking lady and walking around, and
Okay.
everybody's making all kinds of assumptions about the choir's that way and whatever. She just sits there and kills
She's
it.
like, I'll show you guys.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah, Down with the Sickness. I mean, she's.
That's fantastic.
Oh man.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, she's
Nice. So let me ask you a little bit about live music. What's your favorite concert you've been to?
Probably, that's a very good question. Probably my favorite concert. And I actually, to be honest with you, I haven't been to many considering, but probably was the Lawrence, Kansas show where I saw The Internet. Was called a band called The Internet and Moonchild. So they were like
Nice.
my 2 favorite groups that I'm following. So yeah, The Internet, they're an R&B soul group and they are just killer. So getting to see 2 of my favorite bands on the same stage, I was just like, yeah, I can't miss it. So had to see them. I saw my other favorite group, the Foreign Exchange. Saw them in concert. Going back, Pat Metheny, he has been my bucket list. I'm a big jazz guy. I don't know if you're familiar with Pat Metheny.
Right.
Seeing him in concert, saw him at the Galois in Springfield several years ago. Can't believe I forgot Pat Metheny. Got to see him live. Been following him for years. So he was definitely.
So you saw him at the Galois?
So he was at the Galois.
Nice.
I'm like, I cannot miss this.
It's
chance.
like the perfect size venue.
It is, yeah.
It really is. I mean, because if you're at a stadium, energy's great, but if you're not like under 100 yards from the stage, it's just not the
I
same.
was in second row, and he was just
Oh,
like
wow.
right there. I'm like,
Nice.
Pat Metheny. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So got to see him
You
play.
were all stalking the drummer, huh?
Yeah.
I bet you're playing some air drums.
Yeah, Antonio
Yep.
Sanchez is the drummer, and he was fantastic. But yeah, I'm a huge Pat Metheny fan. So there's a couple of big artists who I follow that like I'm on a mission to collect their whole discography.
Yeah,
So Pat Metheny is one of them. So yeah, I'm on a mission to collect all his.
Jocko
records.
did an album with him.
Yeah.
Jocko's
Jocko.
like the Jimi Hendrix of bass.
Oh,
for those
Jocko's
of you who
fantastic.
may or may not know.
Yeah,
Hello,
Jocko's
friend.
fantastic. So Lionel Mays, he passed recently, but yeah, he was Pat's keyboard player in the old group. So yeah, a lot of.
Am I getting your weight on me?
No mounting zone.
Like, what's happening?
She likes to get up.
Hi.
Come on, sweetie, come on. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I've noticed, so whenever Hyda sets up his drums, and sometimes it's when he first sets up, and he'll even do it later in the night, I'll see you kind of close your eyes and air drum. What do you, when you're doing that, what do you do?
Really?
Yeah, are you visualizing yourself succeeding, or are you just like thinking about where the drums are, or does a drummer practice that way without actually
For
hitting
me,
something just to kind of get the rudiments going? or-
I guess for me it's more like I guess say rudiments maybe. Kind of, I have a like a fill in my head, and I'm just kind of tapping it out maybe a little bit, kind of do like a little air drum thing. And typically, like when we're playing and I close my eyes, I'm usually listening and I want to lock in, particularly
Right.
with you.
Right.
And I'm listening to. There's a couple things where I remember you were, you did some hits on the guitar, and I was like, oh. Click. I was trying, I was kind of locking in with you. So I love locking in and just kind of.
That's what I like about Hyda is if you do something cool, he'll actually say something or he'll make a face. He'll be like, ooh.
Yeah, I do.
He'll make the face for
I
you.
do,
You don't
I
even
do.
have to make the face.
If something feels right, I'm like, oh yeah. I love.
Because it's good,
that.
because how many times you do something that's just sick and no one notices or whatever. You know, and it's not about them noticing, but still, it's nice feedback that your boys are listening to.
Oh, absolutely,
Your people are listening to.
Yeah, if something feels good, I'm like, oh yeah. So definitely all about that. So yeah, it's good stuff.
We have 11 minutes left.
Man, you guys weren't lying. The
We
time
weren't.
was
It really
It
time
does,
was like
we keep
quick.
talking.
Because I'm thinking God, I'm gonna be able to fill a
And
full
there
hour.
aren't even any grapes in this episode.
Right?
Wait, what?
Grapes. Usually it's a tradition that there may or may not be some wine
wine.
tapped.
Oh, gotcha. A little bit of wine.
So obviously we're not going to close out just yet, but a reminder that the social media links are in the description for both the band and Hyda. We do keep putting the virtual tip jar link in there if you just feel like being generous, because obviously we're out of work right now, musically. And also, again, I think next week we're going to do same time on Wednesday, but it'll be like a little preview performance. We'll discuss when we get off here exactly how we're going to do it, but we'll actually be playing full band next week, hopefully.
So it'll be a little teaser.
Yeah, it'll be a little
So you can see
teaser.
what you're in for with the
Yeah.
new band.
Yeah, it's
New
gonna be fun.
name, new look.
Yeah.
And so that'll be our April series of Behind the Band, and we may keep doing these. We don't know. We'll figure it out once we get back to work. But right now, with everything, our first show back should be May 9th. And that's a Saturday, and that it will be at Fergie's in Licking, Missouri. We're so excited to get back to there, and that's our 1-year anniversary show and Hyda's debut.
Woo!
So it's gonna
fun.
be a crazy, crazy night.
Yeah.
And the winner of the record should be there too.
Yeah, Wendy should be there as well. Yeah,
Nice.
she said
For our
she
shelter in place show. Yeah.
Yeah, she sent a message to the page, I think last week, saying, or a comment or something, saying that she plans to be there.
Bring my record.
Oh,
So-
I
Yeah.
think she threw a
Right.
comment yesterday
Yeah.
or the day before too.
Yeah.
That's
Just
that
nice.
record's a
Super
gem.
excited.
That's
Yeah.
a gem. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Cool. I love it.
I may have to.
That, no, I mean, honestly, it might not be a bad idea. Whatever day we end up doing normal rehearsals on, maybe just do 15 minutes, couple songs, do maybe each one or something. I mean, we
That
could
might-
keep something
yeah.
like that rolling.
Do a
Yeah.
little different version instead of the full hour move once we get back to work, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, if we're gonna get together and rehearse anyway, we might as well stream a couple, whatever.
Right, until somebody's like, I'm gonna wear, like, sweatpants.
Hey, that was me last night. I have. Have you noticed that I have skinny sweatpants? Which means
That's
they're
true.
tapered.
There you go.
They were
There you go.
tapered.
That is true, because I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, goodness.
So since I'm kind of the older guy, I laugh at kind of the younger generation, some of how fitted the clothes
Those
are.
skinny jeans.
And I got those for the first, not skinny jeans, but that's those sweats.
Yeah,
There's these
okay,
other
yeah.
sweats now that people wear too. But anyways, when I first put them on, I'm like, oh shit, those guys are smart. No wonder.
I was in the era of tight roll jeans back in the 90s because I tight rolled my jeans and I would think back. I'm like, oh my god, what was I thinking?
Is that where you like roll them up? And
Yeah,
wear
you
some,
like-
like,
you did,
some
yeah.
topsiders with them or something? Or
tight
what?
roll. Yeah, it was kind of like you do this little thing, you kind of flip it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I know
And
you're
then I
right.
had
Yeah.
silk shirts back in the night. I love my silk shirts.
Yeah, me too.
So bad.
Maybe that's what we'll dress up in.
Yeah.
We'll be the
Yeah, if we get
breakfast
some
club.
silk shirts.
The breakfast club. Yes.
Fantastic. I love it.
Oh,
Nice.
Cool.
There's 6 minutes. 6 minutes
Oh,
left.
man,
That's all?
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
goes by quick.
I mean, we can go a little longer, but people got to start asking
I
questions.
think it's kind of cool though. I mean, so there's always within any negative, there are always positives, obviously, and this time has made people more comfortable using social media and with some of these platforms. Now I realize we're ready to rip it off and get out there and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm-
shake our tail feather, but
I'm
by the
so
same
re-
token, it has it's really kind of let us know about some of the advantages of plugging in this way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's been a complete game changer with this whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. A lot of artists going doing live stream, and it's been like just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do hope that it at least makes people more appreciative of live music, because I know sometimes
Yeah.
like it's a struggle for especially like if you have friends and not friends that are in bands, because obviously that's if you have your own gig you can't go,
Right.
but like your friends that are always like, yeah, I'll come, and they just never show up.
Yeah.
Like,
It happened more
really?
often than yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you even say you're gonna come?
yeah, don't even
Just
say
tell,
it.
just be straight up
Don't-
with
yeah,
me.
don't
Be
even
like,
come,
we have
yeah.
plans.
Just
Yeah.
be like, hey,
Right.
have a good show.
Because then the whole
Yeah.
night you're kind of like, oh, I wonder if Spackleberry's here.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you know.
don't
Yeah.
say anything.
Then I see him at work the next day, then I have to just completely just give you the cold shoulder, and I'm like, whatever. Don't talk to me.
Ghosted you.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah, you suck.
And then when they finally do see you, they're like, "Oh my God, I had no idea you were
Yeah,
that."
I know.
You're like, I've been telling you for
Well, you
8
would have.
years.
8 years.
I've been trying to get you to shows for 8 years.
Oh my God.
Oh, that would be awesome, Adam. Adam says we will have to have this new band play at the Springfield After Hours We're Back party.
Oh
Yes!
We back.
We
definitely wanna do
we
that.
back.
And Steve Muller's watching. Hey, Steve.
Steve Muller.
Hope you're doing
Hey,
well,
that's who you
man.
forgot to mention.
Yeah, shout out to
Right?
Steve.
You were-
Yeah, I played with
yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Muller band. Oh my God. Much love to you, Steve.
Springfield tour.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I played with them.
17.
Yeah, no, I played with them over the summer a couple years back with Jerry and all those guys, and that was a fun time.
Classic
Played up in
rock.
Lake of the Ozarks, and so yeah, shout out to you guys. So yeah, Steve band, yeah, Steve's band.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so very excited.
It's exciting. Just like
Yeah. Awkward silence. There's that awkward silence.
awkward silence.
Cool.
Steve says, great addition with Hyda the Whole Hill. Is there a story there?
Yeah, that's what he calls me.
Oh, no, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah, that's Steve for you.
I was like, I feel like there's more that you're lying
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so great.
Okay, so this is just going to be a personal question for me, because obviously I love Halloween.
Yes.
And last year we all dressed up as a band, and I'm sure we'll do that this year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we did Suicide Squad as a theme.
Okay.
And so we've started thinking about themes for this coming year.
Okay.
What would be a theme that you might think would work or would
Ooh,
want to do?
A theme, God, man, open for anything. Typically, my mind goes to like superheroes,
Mm-hmm.
Avengers, something like that. But yeah, I'm open for anything. I don't know, like movie themes typically come to mind. Typically,
Freddy
thinking
versus Jason.
Freddy
versus Jason. So yeah, I'm open to anything. So yeah, I'm just excited just to see what we come up with. So it'll be fun, yeah.
I think we mentioned Interview with the Vampire, I think, was one thing.
Nice. Okay.
That'd be hot, but I
Yeah, that'd
mean,
be way hot.
but we could still do it.
That'd be fun.
Be fun.
I want a cape. I want a flamethrower, too.
A cape and a
I've
flamethrower.
always wanted a flamethrower.
What are you gonna be?
I mean, that's like the great equalizer, right? Oh, yeah?
I think would you be Punisher then?
I don't know anything about superheroes.
I'm
so-
trying to think. I'm like, who has a flamethrower?
Well, it'd be me if I had a flamethrower.
Robert, there you go.
Well, I guess,
Robert.
We also do like I guess a decades theme, 60s, 70s, or 80s.
Each from a different decade or something?
Or we just dress the.
Or do a different decade every set.
There you go.
Okay.
We probably
That-
gonna do that anyway. We're
Yeah.
probably gonna do that
Yeah, I was
anyway.
gonna say, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh goodness. So we got 2 more minutes until we close out. Once again, the social media links and the virtual tip jar is in the description. Please make sure to stay up on our events on Facebook. We will be back here next week at 7 o'clock with a special preview show, full band. And any other questions that you have for Hyda, please throw them in the comments. I know sometimes there's a delay in internet with how lives worked, so we'll try to answer them once we see them pop up, once we cut the feed. And again, hopefully we should be back on May 9th at Fergie's and Licking. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that you want to say to close out? It's all you, buddy.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Really excited to work with these guys and move forward with them. And yeah, we got a lot of good things coming, so stay tuned. I think you guys are going to love it. It's going to be awesome.
Alrighty, well this has been Behind the Band episode 4. Meet our new drummer, Mr. Hyda-James Hill. Have a good night, y'all.